What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy.
But what is it, load management?
Yeah, right.
Like, can you imagine somebody telling me, we gonna rest you tonight? What do you mean rest me? It's a game.
Or you coming into the season and going like this, I got 82 games, count on me missing 20.
No.
You have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110%.
When you talk about what's really breaking basketball in the 2020s, nothing even comes close to load management. This whole thing about sitting out when you're perfectly fine has turned into the biggest scandal in the NBA. What used to be a rare recovery day has now turned into a full-on excuse to skip games, and fans are sick of it. Under Adam Silver's watch, it's gone from a small concern to a straight-up disaster for the league. It's wrecking the competitiveness, the viewership, and even the trust fans have in the game itself. The crazy part is that players today have every luxury imaginable. Private jets, personal chefs, recovery specialists, the best doctors, and training tech that legends could only dream of. These guys live like royalty compared to the old-school ballers from the 70s, 80s, and early 2000s. But here's the twist. Even with all that, they play less. Fewer games, fewer minutes, and way more rest than ever before. Fans are scratching their heads asking, how does that even make sense?
Fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Clever on here, and he talked about load management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is.
Where's the pride, the grind, and the hunger that used to define greatness in the NBA? Back in the 90s, teams didn't have massive performance staffs or fancy recovery tech. They had one trainer, maybe a strength coach, and that was it. But they practiced harder, played rougher, and pushed through those brutal back-to-backs without complaining. They didn't talk about rest, they talked about winning. Now, teams have entire departments filled with analysts and specialists tracking every move, and somehow injuries are still up, and players are missing more games than ever. Something in this new system is seriously messed up. And here's what's even wilder. A lot of new fans who started watching in the 2020s actually think this is normal. They've grown up seeing stars skip games like it's part of the job. But let's make one thing clear. It's not normal, and it should never be accepted. Players, coaches, fans, everyone should be demanding real basketball again. The game was never built for this kind of soft schedule. If you want to see why load management is a joke,
Embiid type era.
This rest stuff just drives me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working the coal mine that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player.
just look at the legends who came before. Guys like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, and Scottie Pippen. They played through pain, exhaustion, and every kind of obstacle imaginable, but they showed up every single night. Sure, injuries happened, but sitting out for rest, that wasn't even in their vocabulary. Before the 2000s, skipping games on purpose was unheard of. And that's what made those eras legendary. Back in the day, 58 players played all 82 games, and did it for multiple seasons in a row. That level of grind? Basically extinct today. When you look at who stayed consistent year after year, it's the same pattern every time. The best durability came from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That's not luck. That's straight-up dedication. Those players weren't just built different, they lived different. In those eras, there were 7 separate seasons where over 50 players played every single game.
But let's say hypothetically you play 4 games. You can't ask fans to pay that money for a guy making $95 million won't play back-to-back games.
Think about that. That's not happening anymore. Not even close. Now, flip it to the weakest stretch for durability, the modern era. You'll see a disaster lineup. The worst year? 2022, taking the crown for the fewest players to complete all 82 games. Right behind it, 2023, 2024, and 2025, all sitting in that same weak category. Even the late 2010s started showing cracks, and that tells you everything. Load management didn't sneak in, it blew up. It started climbing in the mid-2010s and exploded once the 2020s hit. And if you want a real example of commitment, there's one name that stands above the rest: Michael Jordan. This man was the definition of consistency. He played all 82 games 9 times in his 15-year career, including his final season at age 40. Let that sink in. At 40, MJ was still showing up every single night while younger players today are taking random rest days. Out of his 15 seasons, Jordan played at least 78 games in 12 of them. The only times he didn't?
In practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit out? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twisted my ankle and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. This is you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
When he literally broke his foot in 1985-86, and when he was retired for most of 1994-95. That's it. No excuses, no skip nights, just because that's what separates legends from the rest. Jordan didn't believe in taking nights off. He didn't load manage, didn't hide from competition, and definitely didn't cheat the fans who paid to see him play. Even now, he doesn't get why today's players think it's necessary. Because to him, greatness means showing up every game. And that's what's missing in today's NBA. Respect. Respect for the game and respect for the fans. When a player sits out even though he's healthy, it's not just a rest day. It's a slap in the face to everyone who paid for that ticket or tuned in hoping to see greatness. Fans save up, travel long distances, and bring their kids just to see their heroes. And instead, they get hit with a last-minute out for rest update. Imagine how that feels. Million won't play back-to-back games. That's not just disappointing, it's embarrassing for the entire league. And here's what doesn't add up. If players in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s could play every single game with worse travel, harder schedules, and less medical tech, why can't players today do the same? The answer's simple, but it's not pretty. Players today just have it too easy. The comfort, the luxury, the guaranteed millions. It's all made the grind softer. The hunger that once fueled the game has turned into pure comfort. Just look at Ben Simmons, the perfect poster boy for the modern mindset. The second he got that huge contract, he mentally clocked out. It was like, I'm paid, I'm done. No fire, no hunger, no drive to prove anything. And while not every player goes that far, that same lazy attitude floats all around the league. Too many guys think, even if I play bad or don't play at all, I'm still getting paid. That right there is the real problem. Entitlement over effort, money over passion, and comfort over competition. That's what's poisoning the modern NBA. Now, when you talk about Michael Jordan, what made him special wasn't just the insane skills or the highlight reels. It was his mindset, that unstoppable fire, his respect for the game, his respect for the fans, and that show up no matter what mentality made him unforgettable.
Michael Jordan, the Magic Johnsons, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley's, we earned what we got. When the corporate America came to us, we had a game that could validate their admiration and
sponsorship and all that, yeah.
Now they get that before they play one game.
Yeah.
So you're rolling the dice to see if this kid's ever going to be good or not.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're paying the kid off of potential.
Yeah.
That he may be great.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets bad work ethic. When you get something so easily, you're not going to work.
MJ didn't just play basketball, he lived it. And don't forget, playing all 82 games back then was way tougher than it is today. As a rookie, Jordan didn't take shortcuts. He played every single game, averaging an unbelievable 38.3 minutes per night, ranking 4th in the entire league in total minutes. The only ones ahead of him were Buck Williams and Larry Bird, pure legends. From day one, Jordan was built like iron. And let's be real, doing that in the 80s was no joke. The travel was brutal, the recovery tech was non-existent, and there were no private jets or cryo chambers to save you. Yet MJ still went full throttle every night. That's what true greatness looked like. And then came the moment that defined toughness forever. The 1997 NBA Finals Game 5. The series tied 2-2, pressure sky high, and Jordan was battling a 103-degree fever with flu-like symptoms. Most players today would have been wrapped in blankets watching from the bench, but not MJ. He stepped on that court and dropped 38 points, leading the Bulls to a 90-88 win over Utah. He even hit the clutch three with just 25 seconds left on the clock. That's the difference right there. Jordan didn't just show up, he took over. Even half dead, he proved what real greatness looks like. That's the kind of mentality that built the NBA's legacy. This is how real competitors, the true ambassadors of basketball, carry themselves. They don't just talk about greatness, they live it. And if you're talking about the closest thing we've ever seen to Michael Jordan, that's without a doubt Kobe Bean Bryant. He came from that same ruthless school of thought, a mindset so fierce it literally cost him a shot at becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer and, ultimately, shortened his career. By his 17th season, Kobe was still a monster. At just 34 years old, he was putting up stats nearly identical to LeBron James, who was only 28 and won MVP that same year. LeBron averaged 26.8 points, 8 rebounds, and 7.3 assists, while Kobe put up 27.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 6 assists. And here's the wild part. Kobe actually played more games than LeBron that season. That's unreal for someone that deep into his career. But that 2012 and 2013 Lakers season? Total chaos. Pau Gasol fell off, starting just 42 games, and Steve Nash at 38 missed over 30. So Kobe did what real leaders do. He carried the whole squad on his back. Over his final 7 games, he averaged 29 points, 8.5 assists, and 7 rebounds, while logging a brutal 46 minutes a night. He dragged the Lakers into the playoffs by sheer willpower. Then came April 12th, 2013, the night everything changed. A torn Achilles tendon ended his season and shifted his entire career. But even that couldn't kill his fire. Kobe fought to come back twice, pushing through pain and setbacks, before limping through one final season purely out of love for the game. That's not just dedication, that's obsession. He could have chased records, but that was never what drove him. Just like Jordan, he cared more about giving everything, pushing his limits, and making his team better. That's what true greatness looks like. It's not about talking the talk. It's about showing up every single night. Now let's stop and talk about LeBron James, the so-called face of the NBA throughout the 2010s and beyond. Because there's a tough truth people don't want to admit. This man, with all his talent, power, and control over the league, has played every single game in a season only once in his entire career. Just once. For someone labeled as the standard of greatness, that's shocking. Compare that to legends like Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Allen Iverson, players who battled through pain, exhaustion, and every obstacle imaginable. They didn't skip games. They showed up because that's what greatness demanded. Next to that, LeBron's load management looks weak, flat out disappointing. Some people try to excuse it saying, it's just a couple games off, what's the big deal? But that is the big deal. When it comes from the top, it changes everything. When you're the face of the NBA, every move you make sets the tone. If LeBron decides to rest while healthy, it tells the entire league that skipping games is fine. And once that message spreads, every player starts thinking, if the best in the world is taking time off, why shouldn't I? That's how the league's whole mentality shifts. When LeBron load manages, it's not just about his team. It ripples through every locker room in the NBA. If he had set the opposite example, showing up every game, pushing through the grind, the league's culture would look completely different today. When Michael Jordan was the face of basketball, nobody treated competition like an option. Players showed up every single night. Competing wasn't just expected, it was a badge of honor. That era was built on toughness, loyalty, and pure love for the game. But in LeBron's era, it's the total opposite. Stars rest more, play less, and that killer drive to compete has faded. Fans see it, players feel it, and the energy just isn't the same. That's exactly why the NBA keeps bringing Michael Jordan back into the spotlight. They know his influence still runs deeper than LeBron's or even Adam Silver's. MJ doesn't need to lecture anyone. His presence alone changes everything. When Jordan says play every game, it hits different. It's a reminder of what real greatness and true respect for basketball look like. So what do you think? Will things calm down, or is this just the start of even more drama in the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think. Thanks for watching and sticking with Ballerize. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more wild basketball stories, behind-the-scenes chaos, and truth the league doesn't want you to hear. Catch you in the next one. And remember, stay sharp out there.